What's going on? It's your man, Dr. Will, and you know the deal. Let me know what city, what state, what country you are chiming in from. Even if you're watching the replay, let me know what city, what state, what country you're chiming in from. I'm here in the beautiful city of Phoenix, Arizona. Just finished with my workout this morning on the tennis court. And I want to come in and talk to you guys about going to your next level. Going to your next level. What's going on, Sean? What's going on, Irma? I want to talk to you guys about going to your next level and what's holding a lot of you back from going to your next level. And this is my personal journey, guys. I'm sharing with you my personal journey. 10 years ago, what's going on, Angela? 10 years ago, I was doing fairly well. I was living pretty comfortably, but inwardly, I knew I wasn't living my best life. I was living comfortable, but I wasn't living my best life. Meaning, I wasn't living to my full potential. I wasn't tapping into the best of me, right? I wasn't tapping into the best of me. And so I began to examine my life. I began to do self-assessment. And I was pretty confident in what I was doing. But I knew I wasn't maximizing my skills. I wasn't maximizing my talent. And so 10 years ago, I made the choice that I was going to bet on myself. I believed that there was more on the inside of me. I believed that I was supposed to have a bigger platform. I was supposed to impact more people. I was supposed to be doing, I won't say more significant work, but I should be doing different work. And so 10 years ago, I bet on myself. Because I had to look myself in the mirror and I had to say, okay, are you going to stop dreaming about it and go pursue it? Or is it just going to be something you dream about? Is it going to be something you wish about? Is it going to be something you desire and hope? Or are you really going to take action? So 10 years ago, I made the decision to move from Germany to move here to Phoenix, Arizona. I had never lived in Phoenix, Arizona. I had never been to Phoenix, Arizona, but I believed that Phoenix was my land of milk and honey. And so I got my family. My wife at the time was pregnant with our son, Champ. And literally, we were starting from ground zero. We gave up our house in Germany, gave up our cars. Literally, the only thing we brought was our clothes and my books that I have read. That's what we bought to Phoenix, Arizona. And we came here to Phoenix, Arizona with the dream that I had on the inside of me that I should be making a major impact. And it reminds me of this story in the Bible. Jesus came upon his disciples, and they had been fishing all night. And he asked them, "Have you caught anything?" And they said, "We haven't caught anything. We had been working real hard all night long. We've been doing all the right things, but we hadn't caught anything." And some of you listening to me right now, you may be saying, you know what? I've been working hard a long time. I've been dreaming for a long time, but I'm not getting the results. I'm not getting those results. And Jesus said to his disciples, he said, okay, cast your net on the other side. Cast your net on the other side. Now, I want you to understand this. They were in the boat. They were fishing all night. These were skilled fishermen. This was their profession. This is what they did for a living. But they were coming up empty-handed. And Jesus said, just switch your efforts. Just put it on the other side. Put it on the other side. Now, these fishermen, they could have debated with Jesus, and they could have said, what are you talking about? You're a carpenter. We're fishermen. We know what we're doing. But they said, okay. Peter said, at your word, we'll cast it on the other side. They cast it on the other side, And the Bible says when they did this, when they cast it on the other side, they took in a big amount of fish. The Bible says that they took in so much in abundance that they didn't even have a room enough to receive it, that they had to start sharing it with the boats that were on the other side. When I made that move from Germany to Arizona, it was me casting my net on the other side. I had been speaking, I had been presenting, I had been consulting, but it was me casting my net on the other side. I didn't have to change professions. I didn't have to really change myself. I had to, watch this now, for some of you, it's maybe change your environment. For some of you, it's maybe take that skill that you have and put it in a new direction. Take that same skill that you have. For some of you, you may be a teacher, teaching at high school, but for you, it may now be to take that next step and start teaching at the college level. For some of you, it may be you're working for someone, but now it's time for you to start your own business. For some of you, maybe it's time for you to go for that promotion that you've been talking about, but you haven't taken your skill to the other side. What am I saying to you guys? For change to happen, there has to be a change. For change to happen, there has to be a change. For transformation to happen, there has to be a transformation. So many of you are wishing for better, wishing for bigger, but you're doing the same thing. And that is the root for insanity. To continuously do the same thing, but hope and desire for something different. And so my message to you this morning is, I'm not telling you to go quit your job. I'm telling you, you have to go do that self-assessment. For me, I believed in myself. I believed in what God was telling me. I believed that God told me it was time to move from Germany and go to Arizona. And now 10 years later, my life is a reflection of the decision that I made 10 years ago. It didn't just happen for me overnight. This is a decision that happened 10 years ago. But if I wasn't willing to move, if I wasn't willing to leave comfortable and go to where I believe my destined place was, it would have never happened for me. And so that move for me, right? That move for me, that took me from living in Germany to moving to Arizona, to being named the #1 speaker in Arizona, to being named one of the top 30 speakers in the United States, to being able to travel all around the world, to now living in Phoenix and St. Martin, all because I was willing to cast my net on the other side. Because I was willing to cast my net on the other side. What are you willing to do? What are you willing to do to experience your best life? What are you willing to do to experience your best life? Are you willing to leave comfort, right, to go to amazing? Are you willing to leave content to go to extraordinary? What are you willing to do? What are you willing to do? And that's the question all of us have to ask ourselves. In the time that we get, in the time that we allow, the 24 hours that we get, the 168 hours a week, the 8,760 hours a year that we get, what are you willing to do? What are you willing to do? If you believe in yourself, are you willing to bet on yourself? Are you willing to bet on yourself? I was willing to bet on myself. When it seemed crazy to everyone else, I was willing to bet on myself. Are you willing to bet on yourself? This is what I tell people all the time. You know, I started from, I'm not afraid. Listen, I'm not afraid to fail. I'm not afraid to be at the bottom because I started at the bottom. I know what the bottom looks like. This is what I know for sure. The bottom won't kill you. Being broke won't kill you. It'll make you uncomfortable, but it won't kill you. It'll make you uncomfortable, but it won't kill you. And once I realized that the thing that I was scared of the most, failing, that it would not kill me, that failing would not kill me. Once I removed that fear of failure, then beyond the sky was the limit for me. Because the thing that scares most people from trying something new is, what if I fail? What if you do? What's the worst that can happen if you fail? You'll be uncomfortable for a year, a couple of months. So what? If it doesn't kill you, what does that mean? I get to try again. I get to go at it again. I get to reassess everything that I did the first time, and now I get to change it for the next time. So what are you willing to do? Are you willing to bet on yourself? I'm telling you, when you take that fear of failure away from your life, like literally, I'm not afraid to fail. I'm not afraid because I've been at the bottom before. So the bottom doesn't scare me. Many of you have been at the bottom. So you know how to maneuver at the bottom. You know how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You know how to make a wish sandwich. So what are you really afraid of? What are you really afraid of? I love that quote that I read all the time. Everything that you hope and wish and desire for is on the other side of fear. And that's so true. That's so true. Everything you wish, hope, and desire is on the other side of fear. So don't allow fear to hold you back. You believe on yourself, bet on yourself, guys. All right. That's all I have for you today. Go bet on yourself. Whatever that means to you, go bet on yourself. Take that class, take that course. Whatever that means for you, go bet on yourself. You're your best investment. You're your best investment, guys. So go invest in yourself. Go bet on yourself. All right, guys, go out there and have a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you guys later.